Well, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a treat for everyone who's heard me or seen me use the Wise card in my other videos. I am going to walk you through the desktop version of the Wise app because I can't seem to use my phone to make a good video. So we're going to use the website. It looks pretty much the same. Only difference is its functionality is a little different on a phone, obviously, than on a web page, but you basically get the same features just on your mobile app. But you can also use the web. I often check things here on my laptop instead of pulling it up on my phone, but most of the time I use my phone. So welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and drop me a comment to help the channel grow, and that's what we're looking to do, is try to get as many people informed about the Philippines as I possibly can. Now, this is a web-based bank is the best way to describe Wise. It's technically, I guess, a money transfer service. I'm going to try to attempt to block out my financial numbers for the most part, but as you can see here, I've got USD and I've got Filipino peso accounts on my Wise. I can move money back and forth between the two very seamlessly by hitting convert. So if I go into my USD here, I can hit convert, and then I can convert USD dollars into any other denomination I want. So if I want to move 1,000 USD over to pesos right now with the exchange rate at 59.457, which is absolutely the highest it's been, I can get 59,119 pesos for that 1,000. So you may notice the real quick math on that is that this is 59,445.70 and this is 59,119. The spread is where your fee is. It's a very short spread, but they also tell you that spread is a $5.68 USD charge. That's included. You're not going to get charged this on top of these rates. That is the spread that you're getting between the current market rate of 59.457 to the 59,119 conversion. Just literally take 3 zeros, move the decimal place 1, 2, 3, and put right here instead of the comma, put the decimal mark, and that will tell you the spread between the two. So I'm going to pull up my calculator here. 59.4570. Subtract that from 59.11928, and you get a difference of 33.77 roughly. 33, 33. If you use 1,000 pesos, then that would be 337.72 pesos. So, again, 1,000, move the decimal place 1, 2, 3 spots over, and that's how many pesos it cost. So if it costs you 337.72, and you divide that by the current exchange rate of, you get the 568. There it is, 568. I can't believe my math worked. I'm smarter than your average fifth grader, I guess. So anyway, that's the fees to convert money. And there really isn't a fee because it's just coming out of the rate. And if I were to go to like Western Union, their rate wouldn't be 0.33. It would be like over a half a point spread the last time I looked. But that's another popular way. But that doesn't take into account their fees to transfer money and all the other thing. That's just to convert money, straight from USD. So one of the great things about the Wise app is that whatever amount of money you have sitting in US dollars, they'll earn you 3.14% APR or APY. So what bank in America is going to give you 3.14% APY? I mean, I was keeping my money in a bank in the US and they would give me like 0.1%, like, 0.1, 0.15 was my interest rate a month. I'd get a couple pennies. And this is what I've earned. I believe if I click this, it'll tell me, yeah, interest earned year to date. So that's just January and February. I've earned $23.55. I earned a little bit at the end of last year, and that's when I realized, hey, wait a minute, they have a really good interest rate. Why am I not parking more of my US dollars in their account instead of my bank back in the States that gives me absolutely no interest? So, yeah, there it was, $13.28 USD. Now, I've done some converting recently because the peso has been so low. So, as you can see, it is going ballistic over the last week or so since the Iran war bombings or whatever started. That Monday, the peso just took off, or basically the U.S. dollar uh, got stronger, so the peso got weaker, and it's giving you a better rate. So since a month ago on February 7th, it has just gone down, 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 and it bottomed out on the 26th, and then really took a launch here March 2nd. So that's where it's at. It's at an all-time high, at least the last 6 months. Now, I don't know if it's been higher in the past further than that, but that's all I can see. So another nice feature with the app and getting a Wise account is you can see all of your transactions. So if you want to go back and look, you can get this on your app. You don't have to pull it up on the web. You can get it right on your phone. You can see exactly how much you spent at S&R grocery store or at SM Markets, how much you took out cash. So here I sent my girlfriend 26,615 pesos, cost me 26,650 pesos. The 35 peso difference is the fee just to send that money. And then she goes to her bank and withdraws. I think we were paying the electric bill, and then I wanted like 20,000 pesos. So she got out 20,000 pesos, and then she, through her local bank account, pays the electric bill, which was like 6,000 change or whatever. How we do it. That's how I get cash out. I can, with my Wise card, I can simply go to an ATM, and with my Wise card, I can just put in, just like any other debit card or whatever, stick it in there. The local ATM will recognize it as a foreign transaction, and they will charge you a $2.50 transaction fee for being an overseas bank. Wise, however, does not charge for your first two cash withdrawals from an ATM per month. Okay, so that's a nice feature. If you can take out like 20,000 pesos at a pop, it'll only cost you 250 plus that's it, $2.50 by that local ATM, and Wise will not charge you anything for your money to come out of that machine. Now, if you go past two transactions getting cash out with the Wise card, then Wise has a small fee. I don't recall, but it's like $1.75 or something like that. But it's now the way I get around both the 250 from the local ATM is I just send the money straight to my girlfriend, and she pulls it out of her local bank. Now, you can get a Filipino bank account. There's a few hoops you got to jump through, but if you've been here long enough and you get an ACR card, you have an established long address that you can get mail and whatnot, then you can go and get a local bank account with the Bank of Philippines or whatever, and then you can do the transfers and go get your own debit card and take the cash out of your Filipino bank account. This other feature of the app with the physical card allows you to do other things that you're probably accustomed to doing in the West. Like if you want to freeze the card so it can't be used, say you misplaced the card, you're not sure you lost it, but you're worried that it might be lost, you can freeze it before you cancel it. So it's very good. You can request a replacement card. You can set limits for the card, so how much you can spend in a day. All these things you can do. It's very, very user friendly, very convenient card. Now, I do recommend if you're coming to the Philippines to get on the app, order the physical card. That's not doesn't come standard with the app. You can get the app and transfer monies around. If you don't want to use it like a debit card or a Visa card, then you don't need the physical card. You can use the Wise app and get a virtual e-wallet card. That's free. But the physical card, I think they charged me $8 in the US to have that card produced and mailed to me. So not a huge, expense, but I would recommend doing that before you come over. Just to other things that I like about the Wise app is you can set up payments. So you can transfer money, schedule it. You can send money to people that you have already set up. So if I hit the send button here, you'll see I have my girlfriend Lorna. I have my landlord here. Okay, when I pay my rent, I can just click that and then put in the amount and off it goes. And same with Lorna. Click that, put in the amount I want. So if I want to send her money, I just tell her how much in pesos I'm going to send her. Say I want to send 10,000 pesos. Then it's going to see she'll receive 900 or 9,965. So that's because of the fee. So I might add the fee in there. So she'll actually receive the full 10,000. I think as soon as you go a tick over 50,000, if I do, yeah, if you do 50,000 plus the fee, you're fine. But as soon as you go over 50,000 and the fee, okay, then it's going to say it's going to take like a day, like Tuesday's tomorrow. Okay, so if it's less than that, like say you're just doing 5,000, it's going to do it within seconds. She'll have that money and it'll be in there with, she'll be able to look it up within a couple minutes and she'll see, oh, yeah, the 5,000's there. And then we can go and pop it out of the bank, out of her bank, out of the ATM. So very easy, very convenient. Setting up payees is not terribly hard. You just need to know the name, of course, the bank, and there's like a drop down to select who you're wanting to, also need to know, obviously, their account number and their home city, like where did they open the account. Same thing with you loading money on here. You just have to tie it to your bank. And there's a little verification process that you do, but it's not that hard. You just have to do the same thing. Put in your bank, put in your account number. It'll probably send you a one-time authorization code, and then you're good to go. I highly recommend it. Click the link in the description and get yourself signed up. I do earn a small, I think $25 commission, but I think it's well worth it on your end. You get a free transaction to load money onto your Wise account, up to $600 at no transaction fees, and take advantage of it. It's better than getting nothing, because that's what you normally do if you just go and sign up with Wise. So might as well use the referral link, and we can help each other out. I really appreciate it, and don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't already, I don't know what you're waiting on, but hit that subscribe button. We're going to always keep you informed of the best things to do and not to do here in the Philippines on Scott Free Philippines channel. All right, have a good one. See you next time.